So I got a couple more topics. Have you heard much about what's been going on between Pusha T and Jim Jones?
I've heard some things. I didn't get a chance to hear any of the music. Um, I, you know what I'm saying? I feel Pusha T's a better rapper than
Of
Jim.
course, of course. It's an interesting situation. Basically, it started out with another one of those top 50 lists, and Pusha T was on it, top 50 influential rappers or whatever of all time. Jim Jones was doing an interview, and he said he felt like Pusha T should not be on there, that he hasn't done anything for hip hop, and he was just kind of questioning like, what has he done? He's done nothing. He's not, but he did admit he was like, he can rap. He's dope with rapping, but he was just like, as far as influence and inspiration, what has he done? He hasn't done anything. Which, I disagree. I think he has been inspirational and influential on hip hop.
Yeah, we talking about moving that dope. Y'all niggas move that dope. Y'all niggas move that dope. Move that dope. Move that dope.
I mean,
Y'all niggas move that dope. Y'all niggas move that dope.
He do rap about that a lot, but that's,
move that dope.
but that's what he grew up in. He got pushed into that life, so it's easier for him to rap about it.
But allegedly, did Jim Jones did too?
Right, Jim Jones did too. Now, with that being said, Pusha T he dropped a song. He was doing that Fashion Week stuff.
Yeah.
And him and his brother Malice actually walked the stage in some designer clothes. And while they were on stage, they dropped a song that he just released with him and Malice. And he felt like they felt like he was throwing some shots at Jim Jones because of Jim Jones' comments about the top 50 list. So then Jim Jones decided to respond with a full-out song, where he's dissing not only Pusha T, but he also dissed his brother Malice and called his brother Malice a crackhead or something like that.
Damn.
So, I have to give this to Jim Jones. I'm not a fan of Jim Jones. I ain't never really cared for his music.
Bowling!
That was the only thing I actually vibed to, and it was only because of the beat. And that was it. I didn't really care for what he was talking about. He just never appealed to me. He's the one that really never inspired me or influenced me at anything. But the song that he did, this in Pusha T, he stepped up his bar game. I'll give him a little applause on that one. I've never heard Jim Jones really try to come hard with the lyrics like this, and he did. But is it enough to handle Pusha T? Nah, still not. So I think for me, I think Jim Jones, this was him trolling. I think he was trying to find somebody like a Pusha T to help bring back some relevancy for him. Like, okay, let me go ahead and jump on this, and I'll throw out Pusha T's name in an interview. He'll probably say something back about me, and then I can unleash the dragon on him. And I think that was his ploy. That's my opinion. Because, Jim Jones ain't never really been that relevant unless you were talking about Dipset. Dipset as a group, conglomerate, whatever you call it, they were more relevant. But by himself, nah. He ain't never been relevant. And so...
Because even with shit, if you go with even Cameron was way relevant before
right.
The whole dip. Cameron probably the only one that is. But Jim, I will say this. I think Jim kind of grown too. People know who Jim is.
Right. But Jim kind of kept himself relevant by getting on Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah. So
that's what really kept his name out there. Nobody cares about that shit. Not real hip hop.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good. But yeah. But as far as everybody else, no one ain't checking for what's my man's Hell Rail and Jules Santana.
Right.
They dope, but really no one's really checking for them like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now I will say this. As far as Dipset goes, formerly known as the Diplomats, I only cared for Joel Santana as a solo artist. Even Cam wasn't really a big deal for me. Cam been out the longest. Cam been rapping before all of them.
The computers ain't putin'.
Right, computers. But yeah, Jewels was the only one I felt had enough skill to really keep my attention. So I always check for his stuff, but the rest of them, I wasn't really caring for. But, y'all let us know what y'all think about this whole Jim Jones and Pusha T situation, because Jim Jones dropped his thing probably a good 4 or 5 days ago. And so we haven't really heard a response from Pusha T yet. So I'm wondering if Pusha T is being strategic. Maybe he's making Jim Jones wait. Like, I know he's thirsty for me to respond, so I'm going to make him wait. Or is he ignoring it? Like, nah, you're not worth my time, bro. You know what I mean? Which I don't think that's the case. Pusha T ain't never been one to back down from anything. I think he likes to entertain.
And actually,
lyrics.
Man, Pusha T kind of, actually, I don't know, man. Even with the saying that he wasn't as influenced, let me tell you something though. He made Drake kind of walk back some shit.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Drake still,
yeah, Drake still got
doing
his
the same, but
he still got his audience.
But now when he did that damn Adonis shit,
hell yeah, the story of Addie Don.
Yeah, he did.
He knocked him down a few pegs.
I mean, that's the thing. Push knocked down some heavy hitters.
Yeah,
like heavy Wayne.
Yeah, he was willing to take on Lil Wayne.
Yeah, he knocked down some heavy hitters, dude.
So Pusha T is. I mean, just the way he took Drake down was influential enough to say, you know what, Drake is not bulletproof, because a lot of people think Drake can't be taken down because of the whole thing with him and Meek Mill. He kind of. I
ain't gonna lie though, that back to back went hard.
Yeah, he did. He went hard on the back.
He went hard on that.
But you can't see what messed Drake up. He made the same mistake Machine Gun Kelly did. Right when the other person drops the hard diss track, you go, oh well, I had something hard. I was just about to release, but I'm a hold back. They both did that same shit. Machine Gun Kelly said the same thing.
You go hard, man. Shoot,
go hard.
Shoot, go hard. That's like that with the Locks and all they beefs. They was like, you know what I'm saying? They was like, nah, man. They was, what was it? Not the Dipset. No, not the Dipset, but the Rock State Property, G Unit, they was like, nah, we gonna let it go. Like, Jay be like, nah, we gotta keep that going, man. Right. Keep that going. I'll just keep it going. We get this money right here. We get the street talking. Yeah. You know what I mean? We get the street talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, that's what I like about the Lots, because they petty. They like, fuck that. You want to bring the beef? We can go for years on this shit.
For real.
We will go for years until you stop.
And they be the best shit too.
Hell yeah.
Like, damn, I just gotta listen to that.
Because they know the streets is listening, and that's the important way to keep the streets listening. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I think Pusha T will come out with something. I think he's making Jim Jones wait. Like, I know you hoping that I'm gonna come back with something so you can come back with something. But if Pusha T comes out with something, I think it should be a one-time thing. Just go ahead and do a nail in the coffin type song, bury it. No matter what Jim Jones comes with after that, it won't hold up. It won't make a difference. You know what I mean? So, because Jim Jones ain't ready for no battle. He ain't really ready for that.
He ain't. Well, I will say that too. Like Push is out of his league though. I'm just gonna be. I mean, as far as like the bar work, Push is out of his league. Yeah. But I mean, I like it. I mean, I like it. It's just beef. It's just it's just rap. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying?
But Pusha T, go ahead and just drop the nuclear bomb on him real quick. Let's go ahead and get it over with. You know what I mean? You done made him wait long enough. But I wonder if Malice is gonna come back with something, because he threw a shot at Malice too. So they might double team him.
Yeah, Malice ain't no slouch neither.
He not. They both dope as hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll see what happens. All right, so you got. I want to talk about the BET Awards, but do you want to say? Well, we got to talk about Billboard too.
But we need to talk about the BET because the BET. Remember, they did the
top groups. Yeah.
Yeah. So Death Row won.
Yeah, Death Row won. By votes or whatever.
Which I don't understand that, but
I don't either.
yeah, but congrats to Death Row.
Yeah. Sorry about the feedback.
Yeah,
y'all.
sorry, I'm hitting the button, but yeah, congrats to them because look, I don't want no problem.
Yeah. I mean, they, based on the vote, they won. I mean, I still think Wu-Tang would have been the better winner, but maybe we just wasn't getting the votes. You know what I mean? People, I think BET did a good thing by introducing that, but I don't think they kept the energy of it up.
Yeah.
I mean, toward the end, the energy of it started dying down. They weren't really advertising it as much as they should have, and I don't think the word was getting out there. So a lot of people probably didn't even know about it until they announced it on the awards. So, that's how I feel.
But yeah, that's definitely interesting what Billboard's doing. But anyway.
Yeah, we can talk about BET, then we'll come back and do the Billboard thing.
Yeah.
So BET, they did a tribute to hip hop, the 50-year anniversary, and basically the whole award show was a tribute to hip hop's 50th anniversary. So they did a lot of mixing of the new school and the old school. I don't think it was as good as it could have been, but it's notable that they made a good effort. We got to see people like Styles P come out and perform. We actually got to see Freeway from Rockefeller State Property. He came out and performed. You know what I mean? So you can't really be mad at that. You know what I mean? Who else did they get? Big Daddy Kane came out and performed.
Okay.
Of course you had like the new artists like the what's her name, Glorilla and all of those types.
Yeah, Glorilla.
All of those types, they did their little performances, which was cool. You know what I mean? Busta Rhymes, of course, got to perform because he got the Lifetime Achievement Award, which was dope. He actually got he got teared up. You know what I mean? It was a real moment. So I thought that was dope. And he said that they only gave him 2 minutes to talk. My man was up there for like 15, 20 minutes. He was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to stay up here and keep talking. So the show, of course, went over his time slot. But Busta Rhymes also performed. Another thing that was dope, my man Skills, formerly known as Mad Skills, he did a top 50 wrap-up, which was dope. He wrapped up the whole 50 years of hip-hop where he went back and talked about all of that shit. Like, remember rapping Duke, the Honda, how he threw shit about that in there.
I had to check that out. Yeah.
So it's real dope. It was almost like spoken word poetry. That's how dope it was. So shout out to Mad Skills.
Yeah.
I hate that Uncle Murder, that dude, be trying to take the rap up and and do his own. That's like, why would you want to copy somebody else's thing? That was his thing already. So it's like, let it go.
I ain't gonna lie though. I appreciate because he kind of do it in his own different way. And it's more of a modern style.
I mean, I get it, but it's like it wasn't necessary. You know what I mean? It just wasn't necessary to me. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I never cared for Uncle Murder, but it could be that bias because I just never really cared for any of his music.
But it's kind of funny because like with Skills being a VA from VA, and he has like a more traditional Southern style rap, and then Uncle Murder. He's a New York guy.
Yeah, New York.
With a different, almost trying to be like the young boy Southern. Yeah, it's really kind of funny.
Yeah. So it's cool, man. Do your thing, man. I mean, I wouldn't stop. Murder from doing it, but I just don't understand why.
Yeah, I mean, I like both. Like both. I mean, but I get it. Right. Nah, I get it though. Like, dang, but he kind of. Well, I can't give him this. He does it in his own way. It's not like he's stole his like rhyme flow and stuff like that. He took what he did, but But I will say like he got his own style to it. Yeah, I can give him that.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I mean, overall the BET Awards were decent. It was a couple of things that broke out. There was supposedly a little bit of a scuffle between. What's the dude, Kodak Black and some female, I guess some females got to arguing about him, which I don't see what there is to fight about this dude, but I don't know the whole story. So it was some little scuffles like that down in the audience that happened. But overall, I appreciate what they did, but they need to step it up. If they really want to keep an audience, they're going to have to step it up. You can't just wait until something like this, like the Hip Hop 50th anniversary, to bring back people like. Oh, and we got Nori too. Nori would perform too. You can't wait till some occasion like that to bring back people like them. We got to see them more often because they're still making music. The Lox are still making music. You know what I mean? All of these people are still making music. Most of them anyway.
Which reminds me, will Tyler Perry get rid of the Don't Play? Remember the Forbidden to Play?
Right.
And they had like a list of groups that they didn't want, to play on BET. I hope he gets rid of that list.
Yeah, I hope so too, man. Ja Rule also performed. He came out and did a little something, which, I don't get it, but whatever.
We'll be without you.
It was cool to see him do his thing, though,
John had some records, though.
Yeah, he definitely had some hits, you know what I mean? But, overall, like I said, it was decent. Melly Mel and Grandmaster Flash and all of them were in the audience. I don't think they got to perform. I don't remember them performing. But what's the name did perform? Sugar Hill Gang, they performed. They performed right in the beginning of the show. In the intro.
Who they had for, it was just all of them? Did they have somebody substitute for Hank?
They, two of them rapped Hank's verse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they just did, two of the members just rapped his lyrics. They kind of did it back and forth. So yeah, it was cool.
You know what they should have done?
What?
They should have brought up Cass.
Yeah.
That's what I've done. You know what? These are your lyrics.
Right.
Let's let you rap.
Right. I'm the Grab Master.
That'd have been awesome.
Yeah. So that's crazy, man. Shout out to Grandmaster Cass, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall it was a decent show, but it still had a lot of improvement that could have been done because there was a lot of people that got left out that should have been in there. But yeah, you didn't see any of it, did you?
Nah, because I don't have BET.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I could have watched it on Paramount. Can I watch it on Paramount?
I'm not sure.
Because I thought because see, that's the thing why I wouldn't really want to get it, because it's like they had the BET, they had the streaming thing, but most of the shows you could watch on Paramount.
Yeah, you might be able to check it on there.
Yeah, so I might need to go back and check it.
And I know you said Brittany do she got Spectrum cable or does she just got the internet?
No, she just got the internet.
Oh, okay, she don't got the cable. I know they might have it on demand on the cable where you can go back and watch it. Because Spectrum likes to keep a lot of stuff for a little while so you can go back and watch episodes. So, but yeah, so, overall, like I said, that was how I felt. It could have been better, but, they did an okay effort there. I just hope that they don't just do that on certain occasions. You know what I mean?
But that's what, shout out to Ryan Davis. That's what he was talking about in one of his things. It's like they just need to step it up as far as, because like some of the people that's there performing, that's like, man, so you mean to tell me these people performing, there's no idols like I forgot who you mentioned, but like these people that sing. You would feel that they would have people that actually sing, be at the BET Awards. It's like, nah, they up here with like TikTokers and all this other shit. And I said the only thing is like no one knew, like when the TikTokers was up there performing their song, no one knew their song until they came to the chorus part.
Right.
When you have other people up there, they know, they know the song, or they might make up something to make it sound like they know the song. But yeah, they knew the song. But yeah, now it's just like, the quality is just not, there. And he makes an excellent point.
Yeah, definitely. And I forgot to mention in new music, Busta Rhymes actually just dropped a song with old girl from London, Bia.
Okay.
The same one that J. Cole did a song with, which is pretty dope actually. You know what I mean? They actually got a video out for it. So they performed that at the BET Awards as well. When Busta did it. Yeah. He did kind of a montage of all his music. So you know everybody
of course he's gonna do that.
He always gotta do that.
He gotta do that to let you know where he at.
Right. He did a little bit of Pastor Cavassier. Don't this shit make my niggas wanna jump?
I ain't gonna lie, when that came out,
man, that had me going crazy on that joint.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Cause we was talking about the years 98, 97 before we did the show, man. Busta had some of them years on lock. I mean, I would say like 96 and 97 were probably Big and Pac's year, but as far as like Busta was a contender, man. Bus had to look, to put your hand where I can see it, and then like the dangerous shit.
Yeah,
it's serious. It didn't look like show enough and everything.
Yeah,
man, that was epic.
That's why I said there's nobody who could do a versus against Busta Rhymes unless you get like a veteran like a LL Cool J. To me, those are the only two that can go up against each other, man. Because even though LL came out some years before. They're the only. I mean, both of them are just larger than life, man. If you ever got either one of them.
Well, wait a minute. He can't. Well, see what? Cool. Well, he did come out before him, but not by much.
Not by much, yeah.
Yeah, not by much.
A lot of people felt like they wouldn't be compatible for a versus when I first talked about it, a couple of years ago. So I still think that they would be good for a versus against each other. You know what I mean? To me.
Cool J got some shit now.
Yeah. Exactly.
Now, as far as, now the only thing is, I think Busta's a little more versatile than he is. Because Busta got, see, that's the thing. Cool J do got the smooth song, but he got the hardcore stuff. But Busta got the smooth shit. He got the hard shit.
Yeah.
He got like the, what the fuck this shit is shit.
Right.
And he got the, he got all that shit. He got all types of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
LL is a powerhouse, man. He just fuck around and do I Shot You, or 4, 3, 2, 1, all that type of shit. You know what I mean?
Bring Canvas back on the stage.
Yeah, exactly. One more time. You know what I mean? And both of them just do their verse. Cannabis. Let me borrow that tap from your arm, and LL. Come back. Little shorties with the big mouth, the baby's clothes, That'll both
you don't want to borrow that. You want to idolize.
You don't want that. You want to socialize.
Yeah,
all that shit.
Because Cool J was a problem, dude.
Yeah, man. So, you get that. You get, he got all the crossover hits to something like a phenomenon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Come on, man. LL is larger than life.
Yeah, but like I said, it would be good. I think, I'll be honest with you, if they ever do it, I think I would go Busta. I mean, I hate, what I'm saying, because I like Cool J, what I'm saying, as far as what he did. Because, hey, I remember, like, y'all niggas know him from rap, from acting. I know him from rapping, all right?
Right, exactly.
All right? So I know
exactly.
Yeah. So,
he's a spitter since day one.
he got, he was damn near like an Ice Cube. He had 3 rappers he did the Break It Down joint.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, that's Jingling Baby, all of that shit. You know what I mean?
Man.
What's my joint? Big Old Butt.
Yeah, you really got a big old butt.
I know I told you I'd be true.
Yeah, that's Fleece Johnson's jam right there.
That's what I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's probably Fleece Johnson's joint, but he put the men's name up in there.
Right. So, yeah.
Y'all might not talk about this because he was probably come to this podcast.
Right, exactly.
Talking shit, nigga.
Right. But yeah, so anyway, one last topic I wanted to bring up, was the Billboard. They came out with a new top 50 groups list. So, we of course put the question out there, what's your favorite group of all time and all of that inspirational.
So just to bring it up.
I'm gonna let Howie tell y'all all about it.
So they got right now, this is from a group that I found, but they had like the top 20.
Top 20, okay.
Right here of the 50.
Of the 50.
Which I don't know why they did 20. But.
Right. So what do they got on this list?
Okay, so it's 20 they got UGK.
UGK, okay.
19 they got G Unit.
G Unit,
okay. At 18 they got 3 6 Mafia.
Okay, 3 6.
17 Cypress Hill.
They should be higher, but whatever.
16 Beastie Boys.
They should be higher.
15 Naughty by Nature.
Okay, all right. It's a good list so far.
Fuji's at 14.
Okay.
Mobb Deep at 13.
They might be a little bit higher, but still glad they're on there.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 at 12.
12? Nah. They got to be higher than that. I mean, they're pioneers.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
11, Migos.
Migos? Them niggas don't even need to be in the 50 at all. I mean,
I don't.
Well,
I'll say I think.
Don't take that as disrespect
I think they need to be in the 50. I think they need to be definitely not 11, but they definitely. I will say this as far as what they did for the 2010s.
Yeah.
And as far as them being, and I'm not saying that because of Quavo, that he may or may not watch this show. But what I'm saying, but for real though, for what they did, and then for them being in the 2010s and being a group when there really wasn't any groups around, like the group thing thrived in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
So for them to be a group and they did what they did.
Yeah.
I don't think they need to be 11, but I definitely think they need to be. I think they definitely need to be on the list. You know what I'm saying? That's no disrespect to them. Oh, didn't they? They put their beef aside to do the BET.
They did actually perform at the BET.
Yeah, so I want to shout them out for that. Cardi crying and shit. Which is good though. Nah, that's really good because they,
Yeah, and I mean, I don't mean no disrespect to the Migos. I'll say this. I'm gonna take that back. I think you're right. They should be in the top 50 because, like you said, there really weren't a whole lot of groups in this day and age, and so they brought back the group system. And they did inspire a lot of these young kids. They're not really, lyricists like what I would like, but they did inspire a lot of kids in this generation, and a lot of kids still look up to them, you know what I mean, from this generation. So I'll give them a lot of credit for that.
And a lot of people imitated their flow and style.
Yeah.
Although, we had the argument.
That's true.
We had the argument, they kind of did the Daz Effects thing.
Right.
Should have like I said, Amigos versus Daz Effects, mixtape. That'd be kind of dope.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
So yeah, I mean, but that was dope that they the two surviving members did perform at the BET Awards. So
get back to the list.
Yeah, go ahead.
So 10, The Roots.
Okay, all right.
9, De La Soul.
Okay, should be a little higher maybe, but whatever.
8, Salt and Pepper.
Okay.
7.
Should be lower, Salt and Pepper, but they did good.
7, Eric B. and Rakim.
See, I don't know if I would call that a group though.
Exactly.
I don't know if I would call that a group. I mean, that's a solo act. Their title was a group name, but they weren't actually a group of rappers though. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I wouldn't put them in there.
We'll get back to that.
All right.
6, Public Enemy.
Okay.
5, Run DMC.
Okay.
4, Tribe Called Quest.
Okay. A little out of order, but whatever.
3, NWA.
Okay.
2, Wu-Tang Clan.
Okay.
1, Outkast.
Outkast made number 1? Wow. I wouldn't have expected that. They should be on the list, but I don't know if I'd have put them at number 1.
So, going back to the Eric B. and Rakim, it's like, okay, if you have them on the list, why don't you have DJ Polo and Cool G Rap?
Exactly. Cool G Rap and Polo. Exactly.
Why don't you have BDP?
Yeah, exactly.
BDP, I mean, as far as like influential, BDP influenced NWA.
Right.
Like it or not, like those samples and shit, they wasn't pulling from Run.
Exactly.
They were pulling from BDP.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Exactly. So, these lists, they got some good people on there, but I think Migos would be a little bit further back down the list. But I think all the other people should definitely be on there. It might be a little out of order.
Yeah, Mobb Deep, Cypress Hill, Beastie Boys should be up higher.
Yeah, definitely.
UGK should be up a lot higher. G-Unit, me and Brittany was like, G-Unit was like, probably should be They probably shouldn't have made the top 20.
Yeah, I don't think
I think they would,
20.
because that's the thing that we were talking about. Like, really, people didn't really know there was a group until,
Right.
like, you knew, like, State Property was a group.
Right.
You knew, like, she was even saying, like, the Rough Riders. But, I mean, that was more like a fan thing, more so than a group. But you knew of the Rough Riders. You knew of the Lots. You knew of Eve. You knew of Dragon. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yep. Now, the Lots weren't in that top 20, were they?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They
the fuck's the Lots?
Where the fuck's the Lots? Another group I didn't hear about, which should be in the top 10 at least, is EPMD. Where the fuck?
Yeah, where's EPMD?
How do you not have them in the top 20? You know what I mean?
EPMD should be like really right up there. I mean, because they was the first one. They were one of the first to do that funk sound for New York.
Exactly. Yep. So, you know, I don't know, man. I don't get it, man. I don't know what, you know.
It's like, why do they make these lists so we can just be like, because they're trying to get this buzzworthy shit. It's like, yeah, we're going to make this list.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, we're going to. And I mean, they did these things perfect. Like, there's no criteria. At least with the BET chart, even though we may not have liked the outcome, at least there was kind of like a criteria of vote. You know what I'm saying? So the people spoke. Yeah. So I can at least like, okay, this is the people speaking, and you know what I'm saying, maybe though, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of these people probably ain't, a lot of them probably a little younger, but then hey, then again you got some people that have certain biases.
Right.
So the people voting to make Death Row win.
Yeah.
Which, you know what I'm saying? But I could take that a little bit better than you got this list. There's no criteria. You just like, these are the best. And yeah, and then you put like niggas like damn near smack in the middle talking about some like, yeah, they made it like nah. And Outkast should not be number one.
Right. Outkast was a tremendous group, but they definitely should not be number one. But yeah, you gotta have other people on there. EPMD better be on there somewhere in that top 50. And who else?
I think Outkast should be, like, realistically, even though they're not a group, they're more of a duo, but I would give them, I would definitely say they would be top 10. Okay. I put it like that, especially for what they did, the South and all that other stuff.
Yeah. I mean, if you consider groups of two or more to be a group, then they definitely should be in there.
It's just weird to me because, like, back in the day, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not saying that I didn't check for Outkast like that, but I was more of a Goody Mob fan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Goody Mob, I think they should be on there.
Oh, Goody Mob should be on there. Yeah. I mean, for what they did.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to get that whole top 50 list and see who else is on it. But Goody Mob should be on there. I swung a little more towards Outkast, but I like them both.
Oh yeah, I like them both. There's no compare. I mean, the whole Dungeon Family joint.
Yeah, definitely.
Shout out to Future.
Yeah,
I did not know he was in the Dungeon Family till like later.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like.
It's Ghetto Boys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They should be somewhere in the top 50. They influenced a lot of people.
Man. One making $5,000. Start here, came. Let's go, man. Fly.
3 blind crippled, crazy senior citizens. Yo. So yeah, shout out to the Ghetto Boys, man. That was my group right there.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, so we just thought it was interesting about the whole top 50 groups. They try to come out with these groups, and I think they just, that's their way of trolling to get some attention. Yeah. And it is what it is. But that's all I had to say, man. Did you have anything else you wanted to drop before we wrap it up?
I think that's it, man. I think we had a pretty good show. Remember, y'all, really, we'll put it up on the screen again. Please donate to X for the Boy for King Randall School, please.
Yeah. Support that, man.
Yeah, really support that, man. It's really disheartening that they, people did that stuff and stooped that low. Yeah, man, it's just that, to me, that right there is a very, very clear sign of a double standard in this country.
Right.
A very clear sign of, like, you telling us you want us to clean up our act, or trying to clean up our act, you mess us up. Like, what do you want? Like that's like some schizo shit, man.
It is,
like
man. It really is.
Sociopath shit.
Yep. So shout out to King Randall, man. We definitely support you, bro. And
man,
we appreciate what you're doing. Again, everybody who's been tuning in and checking us out, following, we appreciate what y'all do, no matter how little it is. But if y'all can put some comments in there, help the algorithm out so that we can get a little more traction. You know, hit those thumbs up buttons, all of that. You know, like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Brothers and sisters, we need funds allocated for the Brother Umar Malcolm X Foundation. But yeah,
and this will be the last episode of
This will be the last episode.
Yeah, we're gonna
sign it off.
Sign it off.
But yeah, man, we appreciate y'all. You know, just joking, of course. I guess Howie said earlier we won't have a show next week, so we will be back the following week.
Yeah, because I'll be birthday cake and whatever wasted.
Right. All right, so for Trying Hip Hop Podcast, episode 247, this is your man Kurt, and this is
Howie.
And we'll see y'all next time.
Peace.